So you have a quiz tomorrow. It is covering sections 1, 1, 1, 2, and 1, 3. On that quiz, it's going to have 10 questions. You are not using a calculator. The quiz will be on paper, so bring a pencil. Now, this is the quiz review assignment that is on Canvas. If you look at the description, in the description after today's date, or after the date, it has the letters NG. So it's a non-graded assignment because when you click on it, it also has the solution file in there. So this is an excellent way to review for the quiz for tomorrow. Again, you have no homework tonight. Your homework tonight is to study, but I highly recommend you do this review. You can cross off numbers 9 and 10 because I'm not going to expect you to sketch anything for me. Now, since the quiz is only 10 questions, but you're going to say, there's 21 questions on this, okay? I'm not going to give you 8 questions based on a diagram. I'm going to give you fewer than that. But I'm going to give you a picture just like questions 1 through 8 are telling you to use the diagram. So I'm going to give you a picture and I'm going to ask you questions about that picture, just like that 1-1 warm-up you're doing right now. Now, if the question just says, name one line, don't give me more than one line. Because if you give me 2 answers and one is wrong, I'm going to mark the whole thing wrong. So if it says, give me one line, give me one, even though there might be 3 or 4 lines in the picture. So just make sure you're reading the questions carefully. Now, you will also have questions like 11 and 12, where I'm going to ask you to graph the order pairs and then determine if once you connect the 2 of them at a time, are those segments congruent? Now, you're going to see this in the 1-2 warm-up. I'm also going to give you a picture of a coordinate plane so you can graph the 4 order pairs. Graphing the order pairs is part of the answer, so make sure you do that on the quiz tomorrow. And then you will have questions like 13 and 14, where I'm going to ask you to find a piece of a segment, whether it's the whole thing, and I give you the 2 individual pieces, or if I give you the whole thing and part of one, and then ask you for the missing piece. So again, be careful, read what I'm asking you to give me. You will also get a question where I'm going to ask you to calculate the midpoint given 2 order pairs. So you need to memorize the midpoint formula. I will also give you a question. Now notice 15, 16, and 17 have 2 parts. Not only is it asking you to calculate the midpoint and find that coordinate, but it also wants you to find the distance. We are doing this without a calculator, so you're going to leave your answer in simplest radical form. Then the next one, be able to identify a segment bisector and find the length of whatever I specify. In this case, they want the length of the whole thing. So after you find the value of x, then you're going to substitute it back in to get the actual length of that segment. You're also going to be given a question where I give you the midpoint and an endpoint, and I ask you to find the other endpoint, like number 19. We're going to be doing this in the warm-up as well today. You can cross off 20 and 21. I am not going to give you a real-life word problem. So the 4 questions you can remove from this, if you're going to use this to study tonight, again, are going to be numbers 9 and 10 and 20 and 21. So this is your quiz review that is posted. Again, you do not need to complete it and submit it. It's there for you to study. Also in the assignment is the solution file. So, and here is what is posted. This is the solutions. If you scroll to the next page, I've added in the coordinate plane where I graph the order pairs. Remember, when the lines are horizontal or vertical, you can just count the boxes. If you don't want to count the boxes, you can also subtract. And then the next part is showing the work for calculating the distance. I do have the answers here for those word problems, but again, you can skip it. I may end up giving you a word problem on the test, so you could always go back and redo these if that's the case. My advice to you tomorrow is show all your work. Okay, for example, when you're calculating the distance of something. So for example here, show me how you plugged it into the formula and then how you subtracted and then the numbers you got when you squared and even what you got before you broke it down. Because if you have no work to back up your answer, and let's say you made a careless mistake and you thought 4 plus 36 was the square root of 41, and I have no idea how you got there, you've just lost 10 points on your quiz. However, if you've shown me how you plugged it in and it was just a careless addition mistake, you will get some points. Not all of them, but you do get partial credit. So show your work for everything in order to get full credit for all of the answers. So this is there. It's on Canvas. There's 2 different links, a blank one and then the one with all the answers. I highly recommend you do this tonight to study for tomorrow's quiz. But again, you don't need to turn it in.